Guess what? Game 2 did not disappoint. 2 minutes to go. Hawks trailed most of this game. CJ McCollum here. That starts a 9-0 run to give a 1-point lead to the Hawks. Now CJ again driving up and in. This gets them a 3-point lead. But guess what? Jalen Brunson said, I'm not done yet. Hits it with a 3 and ties it at 103. But again, McCollum's not done. He answers off 1 foot. Basket gets a 2-point lead back. Again, Knicks get the ball back, but then not for long, Nickeil Alexander-Walker steals it, gets it to Jalen Johnson, who slams it home. And they go up 107 to 103 with 10 seconds left. Now again, Brunson gets the chance to bring it close, drills it. He's clutch for a reason. 1-point game with 7 seconds left. McCollum will miss both of these free throws. He said he got to work on that after the game. But again, Mikal Bridges gets the chance to hit the 3 for a game winner, does not get it. And that's the Hawks win in game 2. They take it 107-106. CJ McCollum, 32 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Jalen Johnson, 17 points, not bad. But again, Jalen Brunson, 29 points. Karl Anthony Town had 18, Josh Hart had 15, Anunoby had 14 points. So all of those Knicks starters doing their job, but just wasn't enough yet. All right. Time to welcome in CBS Sports NBA analyst John Gonzalez. John, oh my goodness, this game could not have been more stressful down the line. All 5 Knicks starters had double digits, including Mitchell Robinson off the bench. He had 13 points, and they still ended up losing. What happened to the Knicks in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, that's a great question because the Knicks are one of the best, if not the best, fourth quarter team in the NBA. Prior to tonight, Caroline, they were 46-2 with a lead going into the fourth quarter. They had a 12-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and they ended up losing it. Just their 3rd loss of the season with a lead going into the fourth. And they have the best fourth quarter defense in the NBA. That didn't work out. And they have the best fourth quarter point differential during the regular season in the NBA. That didn't work out. So what happened here was Jalen Brunson had 29 points. Fantastic. But they really made him work. The Hawks did on offense. He was just 10 of 26 from the floor, missed some really crucial shots late in this game, and turnovers led to points for the Hawks. That was something that didn't happen in game 1. That's something they fed off of all season long, and that did happen in game 2. Brunson had a critical turnover late in the game when Nickeil Alexander-Walker picked his pocket. They got out on the fast break, and Jalen Johnson ended up converting. So they had 20 fast break points tonight. That's above their season average. They were 3rd in fast break points during the regular season, the Hawks were. So just sort of like a perfect storm for the Hawks in the fourth quarter and an absolutely brutal storm for the Knicks in the fourth quarter. And one more thing I want to say here. They lose this game by 1 point. Well, we'll look at the free throw shooting. The Knicks missed 10 free throws tonight. Yes, CJ McCollum missed those 2 critical ones at the end, but it didn't end up hurting them. But those 10 free throws came back to haunt the Knicks tonight.
Yeah, those 10 free throws could have made all the difference. We have to talk about CJ McCollum. 32 points. Why could the Knicks not seem to stop him?
Yeah, great question, because they have 2 incredible defenders, perimeter defenders, wing defenders, and OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. And actually Josh Hart, too, throwing him in there as well. Josh Hart was on Jalen Johnson for much of the night. They did end up, I think, keying on Jalen Johnson and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Nickeil Alexander-Walker has had a terrible series so far. He's a combined, 8 from 27 from the field? But then you had CJ McCollum stepping up in his absence, right? He went for 26 in the last game. He goes for 32 tonight, and they needed every one of those points. And CJ McCollum, who they got basically as a throw-in when they traded Trae Young, CJ McCollum's on an expiring contract. The Wizards gave him away for Trae Young, and he's been fantastic for the Hawks, exactly what they needed. He's the guy who really knows his role, really good shooter, generally efficient, and a team guy who fits in and in this series has been crucial for the Hawks, who they needed offense in game 1, didn't work out. They got more offense from him and overall in game 2, and they end up stealing one on the road as the series swings back to Atlanta. Man, if you're the Hawks, that's going to be a fun flight back to Atlanta. And if you're the Knicks, man, you're wondering how this happened.
I just have to wonder, do you think the Hawks have kind of found their game plan now with shutting down Jalen Brunson and forcing anyone else to shoot defensively and then offensively going through CJ McCollum?
Yeah, and for sure the first part for the Jalen Brunson component, I mean, in both games, he was not efficient. He had Really bad shooting night in game 1 and a really bad shooting night in game 2. Now, he put up points, but he had to work to do it. So the Hawks, I think the theory of the case there is, yeah, all right, if he goes for 29 on 26 shots, we can kind of live with that. And also the other thing here, and I want to just keep coming back to this, the Hawks are really reliant on that defense, right? Using that defense to create turnovers and generate offense. Didn't work out in game 1. In game 2, it very much worked out. They turned the Knicks over 14 times tonight, generated 18 points off of that. And also, they were out on the break. I mean, they didn't really get to run in game 1. It was actually the Knicks who had 22 fast break points in game 1. Well, tonight, the Hawks go for 20, which is above their average when they finished 3rd in the NBA in fast break points. So this formula for them, get out and run, create turnovers, make Jalen Brunson work. It worked tonight.
Yeah, it sure did. And game 3 will be in Atlanta. Series all tied up. So we will see if the Knicks now can try to steal one on the road. John Gonzalez, thanks so much. We're looking at those fourth quarter numbers that we were just talking about. Quite the difference between the Hawks and the Knicks. The Hawks were able to get 28 points to just 15. With the Knicks, you can see that field goal percentage for the Knicks was down 23%. And with those 3-pointers, 3 for 11 with the Knicks. So not some good numbers for the Knicks. That fourth quarter usually a strong point for them. Not win in game 2. They take it 107-106. CJ McCollum, 32 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Jalen Johnson, 17 points, not bad. But again, Jalen Brunson, 29 points. Karl Anthony Town had 18, Josh Hart had 15, Anunoby had 14 points. So all of those Knicks starters doing their job, but just wasn't enough yet. All right.
Well, if you remember, Cavs coming off that win over the Raptors in game 1 of the series, now looking for their 12th straight postseason win over Toronto. Late second quarter, James Harden contested 3 as the shot clock expires and he hits it. Next Cleveland possession, Harden shoves Scotty Barnes to the ground. No foul call, but takes the open 3, gets the friendly bounce. You love when things just go your way, right? Cavs up 6 at the half. Harden scored 16 of his 28 points at the break. Now mid-third, Evan Mobley working on Brandon Ingram and contested hook plus the foul. Cavs up 15 after the made free throw. Mobley finishing with 25 points. Now mid-fourth Q, Donovan Mitchell, little cross, pull up 3, drills it. Next Cleveland possession. This time, Mitchell going downhill, finishes with a contested lay. He also finished with a game-high 30 points. As the Cavs, they get the 10-point win, 115-105, taking a 2-0 series lead over the Raptors. That's their 12th straight playoff win against Toronto. Now 9 all-time at home against the Raptors in the playoffs. As for Toronto, well, now 0-5 all-time when down 2-0 in the first round. Brutal, but it was no one-man show in Cleveland. Mitchell, Harden, Mobley, all scoring at least 25 on Monday night, combining for 83 of the Cavs' 115 points. Well, this traveling trio will take their talents north of the border for Game 3. That's Thursday